Well, good day to all of our awesome internet friends, family, and following. We've got a very special training. This is a part of Netqube's financial research pod. We're going to talk about how you, with the teaching that you can get from Digi Millionaires will be one of the offers inside of the financial research pod of Netqube. We're going to show you in this particular training how those that have followed what we've been teaching were able to increase their Ethereum holdings by a factor of 70%, 70%, while the markets got absolutely creamed. All right, the markets got absolutely creamed. How our Digi Millionaire members were able to sidestep the torpedo wing of the markets as the markets got creamed. And were able to step back in and increase their Ethereum holdings by 70% with the market having been torched. And that 70% they were able to increase their Ethereum holdings by had nothing to do with them adding any additional funds to their account. So we're going to go into the marketplace right now, take you to this training. We'll also even do some market analysis based on where the market is trading as I'm doing this recording. Now, even though you may be seeing this at a dated time, that information that we're going to share on what's happening in the market is going to bring you tremendous value so that you will know that Digi Millionaires through Netqube is the real thing. All right, so let's go over to that training and let's get you to Digi, my gosh, millionaire status. Let's go to work here. We did a, recently had a buy signal, excuse me. Boy, what's going on here? Looks like I'm having a problem with my PowerPoint slides. Okay, I had a little problem there with my PowerPoint slide. So let's go into the content that I wanted to share in this particular training. By the way, I've got a little frog in my throat. I will try not to cough in your ear. I feel wonderful. Just got a little cough here, so bear with us. Okay, so now one of the things that we shared with our Digi Millionaire subscribers in one of our recent labs is, I'm a numbers guy. All right, you don't have to be. Let me do what I do, and we'll share all this information with you. And then you can just choose to follow suit. But one of the things is, a lot of people, when they are thinking about this space, we hear about Bitcoin. And as a matter of fact, in 2017, Bitcoin dominated the headlines as it relates to this space. Bitcoin was up 1,268% for the year. That would have been 12.68 times your money, all right, from January 1, 2017 to December 31st, 2017. But Bitcoin was actually a lagging performer to some of the other top assets in this industry. I feel a cough coming. Give me a moment. So there were a lot of other assets like Ethereum that outperformed Bitcoin by quite a bit. So Bitcoin was up 1,268% from January 1 to December 31, 2017. But Ethereum was up over 8,600%. So had you just held on to Ethereum, bought Ethereum on January 1 for less than $9, by December 31st, it was going for over $722. And your money would have grown by a factor of 86 times. This is why we say you don't have to send your money into a third party. Don't fall for those third party games where they say, hey, send us your money and we'll pay you a certain percentage each day or each week or what have you. You're much better off developing your own Digi portfolio. Now, one of the things that we do with our audience is we are going to call sell signals and buy signals based on a number of factors. We've been trading in the financial markets, dates all the way back to 1999. I actually got licensed in 94. We actually got licensed in 1994, but started our trading career in 99. And so, we look at charts and chart reading and all that other stuff, but you don't have to do that stuff, okay? We also have about $1,200 a month in various tools and resources in this space. And so they help us to determine when we believe the markets are more likely to go up for a spell, in which case we will issue a buy signal, or when the markets are likely to go down for a spell, in which case we will issue a sell signal. So on Ethereum, right here, we issued a sell signal to our Digi Millionaires. And one of the things that we teach our Digi Millionaires is when we have a sell signal, let's move over to the sidelines. We're not looking to panic sell, but we are looking to liquidate that asset, in this case Ethereum, move it over to cash or to a cash equivalent. Now look at this. Look at this. All right, so we issued a sell signal on Ethereum when it was trading for $834. All right, so if you had followed our lead on this, you would have moved over to cash or a cash equivalent. You'll understand what that means. And so when the market got pummeled all the way down to $358, that's a 57% decline, you would have been sitting safely on the sideline. And as a matter of fact, you would have been praying, hoping that the market would have come down even further. We got a new buy signal at $490. So just think this through. We sold an asset at $834. We waited out through the tornado, through the hurricane. Okay, market declined, the market getting absolutely torched, down 57%. That did not impact our folks at all. As a matter of fact, we were praying that it would go down even further. Then we got a buy signal confirmation at $490. All right, so we come off the sidelines with our $834, and we are able to buy or re-enter Ethereum here at $490. Now, I want you to think this through. So if we took the $834, which we did, per ETH, and we repurchased ETH for $490, we just increased our Ethereum holdings by 70%. And that's without adding any new money to our account. Nobody that I'm aware of is teaching what we're teaching like what we're teaching. Any discussion about the cryptocurrency space, or what we refer to as the Digi space, that does not include a concrete game plan for what the heck happens when the market goes down is an incomplete discussion or an incomplete system. Once again, no one to my knowledge is teaching this kind of information where you could have increased your holdings by 70% without adding new money into your account, while at the same time sidestepping a 57% meltdown. Okay? All right, so now real quickly, I wanted to just kind of take a look at the markets. We're going to look at the market. We'll use Bitcoin typically as a proxy for our looking at the market. And again, you don't have to worry about this whole chart stuff. All right, so real quickly, every candle, as we call these that you see here, represents one trading day. A blue candle means that the market closed up that day. A red candle means that the market closed down that day. And I can change the color of these, but this is how I do my charts. And we've got a lot of lines drawn here which represent some point of congestion in the past. Markets love to deja vu. You hear me say this time and time and time again. They like to retreat back to places that they are familiar with. So for instance, if we give you a larger look at this, you'll see that right here, all right, this is as I'm currently doing this particular training. And even if this is dated, even if you're seeing this months after I've done this, this will still be impactful for you. You'll notice that in this box here, if you will, all right, you'll see how the market was here before. You'll see how the market was here before. Okay. You'll see if we even go further back, all right, you'll see how the market was here before. Okay. So it's no surprise to us that the market is trading in this current range. Now, what is very interesting is that the market is in a constricted area right now. We saw this a few weeks prior where the markets were trading in a constricted area down in this range here. And so this horizontal line here would be considered support. This horizontal line here was something called resistance. And you can see how the market stayed between these lines. Even though here it peaked up, the very next day it came right back down into this same trading zone. Now let me tell you what happens typically in the markets. And it doesn't matter if we're talking about the stock market, if we're talking about the Forex market. It's just that the Digi space, the Bitcoin markets, move so much faster than the stock market, or so much faster than the Forex market, okay? When you see a period of consolidation, okay, where the markets are just kind of hanging out, they're going back and forth and back and forth. And again, just to give you an idea of the volatility of this market, let's say this particular trading day here, you know, the market moved just under from low to high, and I'll show this to you. The low was 6,500 for the day. The high was 7,300. So an 800-point move, but it was still within this box, if you will. Okay, this big move here. Let's see here. This was a from low to high. We've got about a 600-point move. Okay. This down day here, we've got about a 700-point move. Now, if the U.S. stock market moves 600 points in a day or 700 points in a day, that'd be big news. That's not a really big deal in the Bitcoin space. All right, so we have this point of consolidation down in here. And think this through, okay? If you were to have a can of Coke or a can of Pepsi, and you shake it, and you shake it, and you shake it, and then all of a sudden the top comes off, what's going to happen? It's going to be an explosion. That same thing happens in the markets, all right? So you can see here that, now we just don't know if the market's going to explode up or if the market is going to explode down. In this case, you can see the market exploded up, all right? Huge candle on this day. This was a 1,200-point move for the day from low to high. 1,200 points, $1,200. All right, that's not something that you typically hear of in the stock market. But now that she has moved up, she's now been trading in this box here. All right, and again, this goes back to deja vu. Now, so what we're looking at here is from about this line here, this low is about 7,800. This line here is about 8,300. And you can see just how she is honoring the support and resistance lines. All right, so this particular day, you can see by what we call the wick, the height of the wick, she pierced above this resistance line, but then she closed right on it. Okay, when you see a blue candle, all right, the body of the candle, all right, the bottom of the body represents where the market opened that day. All right, the wicks represent how low the market got that day, or how high the market got that day. And then the close would be the top of the body of the candle. So you can see how the market respected this area of previous congestion. All right, these are not magical lines. We did draw them before this happened, but based on previous areas of congestion. This is typically where we expect the market to maybe take a little pause. There might be a battle between the bulls, those who want to see the market go up, and the bears, those that want to push the market down. And you can see here, the next trading day, the market opened here, at some point got as high as this, at some point got as low as this, which represents close to support, and then it closed here. And then the very next day, you can see the market pierced slightly through support. It came back up and closed above it. And this is the trading day as I'm doing this particular training. We've got about another, let's see, 12, we've got about another 9 hours on this candle here. All right, so it looks like the market has found support and maybe trying to go back up towards resistance. At some point, we're going to see the market either push higher or the market pushed lower. And you can see this exactly like we see right here. The market stayed in a period of consolidation here for about 2 weeks, and then bam. Okay, the market had a period of consolidation right in here, and you can see we had a big leg down. All right, so from this point here, the market was at 8,500. All right, and then over the next 2 days, it came all the way down to 7,200, a 1,300 point swing. It got back up in that same trading box that it had been in, and then it got slapped right back down. All right, remember, shake up that soda can. All right, and so in this case, the market was at 8,600, and it proceeded to come all the way down. Looks like this was the low here, down to 6,400, 2,200 points there. Okay, so it's really important that if you're going to be in this space, that you become a Digi Millionaire. I promise you, if you're not a Digi Millionaire, I promise you, you will leave so much money on the table, perhaps what could wind up being hundreds of thousands, if not millions. I mean, just think this through, and we'll round third on this. Just think this through. I just showed you earlier how with just one of our sell signals and re-entry signals, how one could have increased their Ethereum holdings by a factor of 70% without adding any new money to your account. I want you to think that through. I want you to think that through. Okay, so I just wanted to provide a value-added training for you, even though we went back and forth between Ethereum and Bitcoin. If you're seeing this around the date that we have released this particular video, if you're wanting Bitcoin to go up, not everybody wants to, because some of us are still sitting on the sidelines. We've not issued a new buy signal on Bitcoin, so I wouldn't mind if she goes down to 4,000. That means that we'd be able to pick her up at a much better price. The last time we did a sell signal on Bitcoin as of this recording, we did it at 10,200. Now she's down at 8,100. As I'm doing this particular recording. So we've been sitting on the sidelines. We've seen her come down quite a bit. We wouldn't mind if she goes down even further, so that when we finally get a buy signal, we can buy more of her. And see, that's the difference. Everybody else is talking about this space, only talks about it when the market is going up. But how do you deal with things when the market goes down? Well, Digi Millionaires has a concrete game plan. It's likely you're seeing this either in some type of follow-up series, and maybe there's a call to action button, or maybe you're seeing this on social media, like the channel. If you're seeing this on YouTube, even if it's someone else that is leveraging our content, you know, like the channel, leave some sterling comments, you know, like the post and all that other good stuff. All right, so with that being said, take advantage of whatever call to action that may be popping up. We love each and every one of you. Let's change the world together, starting with yours, and let's get you to Digi, my gosh, millionaire status. Well, we trust that you enjoyed today's training. Now listen, I don't know how you received this. Maybe you saw this on social media. Maybe this came through an email campaign or a text campaign or what have you. As we are doing this particular recording, we're still in the process of integrating Digi Millionaires with Netqube. So Netqube will basically be the marketing arm, and Digi Millionaires will be one of the many different offers available through Netqube and through the Netqube Financial Research Pod. So here's what I want you to do, okay? If that integration has already taken place, then you can go on and align with Netqube and align with Digi Millionaires. So just simply retrace your steps however you got to this training, and you know, find out how you do that, okay? It may be that by the time you're seeing this, that this is a part of some type of training page where perhaps there is a call to action button that's already popped up, and if so, just click onto that call to action button and you can align with Netqube and Digi Millionaires, either or both. We would strongly recommend both, okay? And if you're seeing this before that integration is complete, maybe you're seeing this on YouTube or Facebook or some other social media site, we cut content so that our following can leverage it. And so this may be on someone else's YouTube channel. That's all right. That's cool. What I want you to do, if you found value in today's content, is I want you to like the channel if you saw this on a YouTube channel, okay? Or like the page if you saw this in Facebook or wherever, okay? Like it, leave some sterling comments, and subscribe. Subscribe to the person's channel so that you can get ongoing valuable content such as what we have laid out for you on today. With that being said, we love each and every one of you. Let's change the world together, starting with yours. And let's get you to Digi, my gosh, millionaire status.